Okay, so in the first example, we have who is the man in my car? Who is the man in my car? So me, where's my they would upgrade the toolbar. I don't even know where this stuff is at now. Got it. Um, sorry, I'm trying to figure this out. Where's the typing? Oh, here we go. Okay. Who is the man in the car? So anyone remember how we say like who?
Oi.
Oi. All right, okay. Oi. And then when we're asking, so now we're going into the subject. So who and then the subject. What would be the subject of this particular sentence?
Le
In
tamalo.
English, le tamalor. Yep. So the man, le tamalor, le tamalor. Okay. So oai le tamalor, and then um, so there's no action here, right? So that would be my next question. Well, what's the action? There, there's not like an action like run, walk, or anything like that. But is would be that in English they would consider that like the action, but in this case we're just saying who, the man, and then in my car. So that's going to be our location. So how would we word that in Samoan? So
Would it
we
be
we
Ilo Utavale or
okay. So I'll put that down, but we have some elements to add to that. So
Itotonu.
and yep, okay, there we go. So first I'll write what I heard the first time. Except I'm gonna say ilau, because a car, remember, is an A-class thing. Lo'u is gonna be things that possessions that you can't control. It was out of your control, like your mom, your dad, your brother, sister. Like you didn't pick any of these people. Things that cover and protect you. Cars are considered A-class, inanimate objects, things you can just throw away or replace. So La'u ta'a vale. Okay, so we do have a preposition, and then yes, allow recording. Man, they added all kind of new stuff to this Zoom thing. Yes, anybody can record anything you want. And then also remember the recordings go to the page, so you can just go to the page and get it as well. So just to recap, Oi is who. Our subject is going to be Le Tamaloa. And then our location, we have Ila Uta'avale, which is good. So that's like at my car, but we're wanting to say like in my car, like inside of my car. So and then I already heard that already. I don't know who said that, but it's I to tonu o la'u ta'avale. So who is the man inside of my car? Who's the man in my car? So remember, that's this. All of this is our location phrase. The location is going to have a subject in it, and our subject in this particular instance is going to be la uta'avale. Okay, la uta'avale. And we start our preposition, or we start our location with itotonu o. So all together, oaile tamaloa itotonu o la uta'avale. So that is who's the man inside of my car. Someone had a question? Okay, no, that's the AI. All right, so the same is going to be for all of these. Get as close as you can. If you get it right on the money, that's great. But let's take we got 5 questions, well, actually 6. So the last one, just a short reply for that one. And let's give this 10 minutes. So at 15 after the hour, we'll come back together. If you have any questions, just hit me in the chat. I'll be sitting right here. I'll type the vocab words for these on the side as well. So 15 after. All right, so let's come back together and get these questions down. So this is important because every day people ask questions, and if you're able to catch what they're saying and then interact, then that's gonna that's one huge step in your Samoan language acquisition. So on this one, we're saying, what are their names? What are their names? Anyone got that one? I'm gonna go to the whiteboard while you guys, what are their names? And we're talking about three or more people. Yep. Why? Okay, let me write it down. Yep. Thank you for that. Okay, so what are their names? Okay, so and then he said why. So what in Samoan when you're asking about names or people, instead of saying what, we would say who. So this is the only instance that I can think of offhand where it's usually different from English. So we're asking about people. What are their names? Oi. So who are their names? So Lato Ingoa. Okay, Lato Ingoa. Most people are gonna say it like that, but if some people go to Google to cross reference, it might look something like this. And also when you're looking in writings, when you're looking in a lot of literature, and then also a lot of formal writings, it might look like that. So Oai o Lato Ingoa. Oai o Lato Ingoa. So and then this is kind of similar to what we learned in week number 1. So if I were to say something like I am the teacher, o oa'u, so I ole whaiaonga. Okay, so I am the teacher. So it's like this phrase, remember, I know it's several weeks ago now, but this subject equals that subject. So we needed this O and we needed that O. So oa'u ole whaiaonga. I am the teacher. So that's sort of the principle behind this. When you see this right here, another O, it's like who or what, and then are their names. So their names equal their, who equals their name. So I don't know if you guys remember, but we had like an exercise where like I equal the teacher, you equal the boss, you equal so that's pretty much the same principle as this. But a lot of people would just say it just like exactly how it was stated. Oh, I like going on. Like, what's their names? What are their names? And it's their names because lato or lako is going to be, that means them, right? But then when you put it in front of a noun, then we're saying them names or their names. Now it turns into a possessive because we're talking about lato ingoa, their names. Okay. So we go back to, and again, if you have any questions, let me know. This is all stuff we covered. The only variable now is that we're adding the question in the front. So I know that it throws people off, and I get it. Okay, so when will I meet the doctor? Again, Feilua'i is to meet, doctor is Foma'i. Okay, so and there's several different ways to say this. So whatever way you guys got, we'll go with that. So does anyone have when will I meet the doctor? Let's see. Okay, so let's see. How do we say when in this instance? Remember, there's several different ways to say when. So how will we say when in this instance?
Affair.
Affair, okay. Affair. All right. And then if you wanted to be, more formal with it, you could say oh affair, but a lot of people, they're not gonna, most people don't say that. At least I don't really hear them. So I'm just gonna put it in parentheses because it's kind of you know, if you see it, that's what the O is. That's technically it would be said O affair, but most everyone just says affair, and then what comes next? So we have the question, and then what comes after that?
Would it be just Feilua'i or would it be E Feilua'i?
So yeah, okay. So if we say it that way, eh, Feloa'i. So we have tense, action. What was the other way that you said?
Just dropping the A, or do you
Okay.
just
Yeah,
go straight into feel what you, or does the A have to be there or not?
I don't want to say have to, because in conversation people will just say "Afe Feloa'i." They'll drop it, but technically speaking, like, whenever we have an action, okay, in here, let's just I'll put it that way. When we have an action, just put a tense in front of it. So "Afe e Feloa'i," but and then what would you say after that? So we have a tense, action, and then what would we say after that?
A'o ile foma'i.
A'u ile foma'i. Okay, foma'i. Okay, so we have when in the future. So this is a future tense when. We have the tense, and then we have the action, and then our subject is I, and then ile foma'i. Okay, so that's one way. There a more, I guess, if you have that, great. Another way to say it, which might be probably more common, is gonna be like affair, just like it would. I'll just put the O again in parentheses. And I'm putting variables just because I'm pretty sure people have very wrote down different kind of answers. So that's great up there. If you said o affair, and then o te Feloa'i ai. Remember, so like with when, what, why, not always with what, but with why, we'll have like after the action, we would put like the I. So if you ever
Oh,
hear that, people don't always say it, but a lot of times they would say something like this. So because this is a future tense when, and this is where people get confused. Since this is a future tense when, a lot of times people would just say ote Feloa'i ai. Afe ote Feloa'i ai. And then the doctor, le foma'i. Okay.
okay.
And yeah, so and then also too, if you just said if anyone had it like that, if you just said um, Feloa'i. I mean, there's several ways to say it. I don't want to confuse anyone, but we have a future tense when, okay, and then a lot of times when you have the tense there, everything just kind of follows after it. If you have a and a te is equal to a so afer o te Feloa'i ai le foma'i, like when, and then meet, well, when I meet the doctor, when I meet the doctor. So most of the time, this is the way that I hear it. I'm pretty sure people would say it like this way as well. Does anyone have another way that they want to present? Because I mean, there's like I said, there's several ways to say it, but I just
I'll give it a shot because I had
okay,
one. Um, I have a fair Feloa'i ea'u ile foma'i.
Afer Feloa'i. Okay, yeah. So that's just like this one up here. Afer Feloa'i ya'u ile foma'i. Yeah. So
I put
yeah.
ea'u. I put the e before the a'u because it's by me that I'm actually doing the meeting,
Right,
right?
right. Yep. So, yep. So that is a different form of it. So, um, and I won't say that one is um preferred over the other, because both of these technically are correct. So I fail. So we have our when, and then we have it. Okay, no, you said a out.
Yeah, I didn't put the a in front of the Feloa'i.
Right. Yeah. So and he didn't do this, and correct me if I'm wrong, because this right here the kind of acts like the tense of it already. So you go right into the action. So a lot of people say it like that as well. So then we have ea'u, and then you didn't say I le forma'i, right? You just said le forma'i.
Lift from my, yeah.
Yeah,
The E
okay.
was a mistake.
Right. So we have two subjects afterwards. So we have future tense when, right? So that kind of acts like our tense, right? Then we have our action. Then we have two subjects. So that's pretty much in line with everything that we learned. So the affair acts as a tense, the feilawa'i is our action, and then a'u is the subject, and the foma'i is the subject. So then which one did the feilawa'i? You know, which one is going to do it? Ea'u. So we add the e in front of that one. And then Christian said is feilawa'i one of the verbs that is followed by e before the object? Is feilawa'i one of the verbs that's followed by e before the object? Is feilawa'i one of the verbs that's followed by e? Okay, let me see. The last sentence says no, but the first sentence says yes. Okay. Is I know you typed it out, but could you explain it? For some reason I'm not following. Let me see. Okay, a'u ile forma'i. Okay. A'u ile forma'i versus ea'u le forma'i. Right. Yeah. So okay, so on this one, a'u ile forma'i. So feilawa'i is my meeting is going to le forma'i. And you it hopefully I'm making sense to everyone because I know there's for some there's like 2 or 3 people it's their first time coming today. So feilawa'i, my meeting is going to the doctor. So that's some people might say it that way. But then if you say it this way, you know, if you don't have the e, then you would have the e in front of the a'u because that's who's doing the meeting. So afe feilawa'i ea'u le forma'i. So I am the one that's doing the meeting to the doctor. It's different contextually speaking. I'm trying to think of a way that we could say it in English, but I guess for now, at these, you know, for our purposes, we can make them the same. But they're definitely different. But I just don't know how to explain it right now, in English because it's there's a slight difference because my meeting is going to the doctor, and this one ile forma'i, whereas this one is like I'm the one meeting the doctor. The doctor might not want to meet me, but I'm giving him or her my meeting, if that makes any sense. So this is where in translation is where a lot of stuff gets confusing for me to try to explain. Okay, so in common speaking, I think it's the second one. Yeah, common speaking, yeah, it's you know, a feilawa'i ea'u le forma'i. I am meeting the doctor. So I'm the one who's, you know, extending my meeting to the doctor. Whereas the first one, it's like I am meeting to the doctor. Okay. If that makes if you have any questions, like I said, feel free to let me know. Let me try to move a little bit faster. How do I erase now? Okay. Oops. All right. So when did the girl begin her job? When? So remember, this is a different kind of when. So you can just read out the whole sentence, or we're gonna go piece by piece like we did the rest of them. Okay. So what is how do we say when in this context?
Anafia.
Anafea, yeah. So it's a past tense when. Past tense when. So again, just like the last one, we can state this sentence several different kind of ways because anafea it means past tense when. So some people might say, oh, anafea. Like if you're reading in a lot of books, formal books, especially like Tusi Paia, they're gonna say oh anafea. But conversation people just say anafea. So this is past tense when because of the anafea. So past tense when. Now what comes after that? So where we at? Okay, past tense when start. So start is amata. So how would we say I'm sorry. What would we say next? Put it that way.
Na matai.
Yep, na amatai. Na amatai. And the reason why that is, so we have our past tense when, and so everything after that has to agree. So tense, action, subject. And the reason why the subject is I is because it's remember whenever we say like when or some of these like whys, when we're saying questions, after the action comes I. So in this case, it's going to be o anafea. We have our past tense when, and then tense na, action amata, and then our subject placeholder is going to be I. Okay, na amata I, and then what comes after that? Tense, action, subject. And then okay, so then letene, and then we have one more thing left.
Lanangaluenga.
Lana, yep, Lana Ngaluenga. And that'll be it for most like conversational speaking. People will probably just say, Anafena makaile kenge lana ngalwenga. They'll just say Anafea na amataile letene lana ngalwenga. But if you look here, we do have that's why it was hard for me to say, because I'm used to actually putting in all of the formalities and stuff. So we have two subjects here. We have lana ngalwenga, and then we also have letene. So what's missing after this part? So we have o anafea na amatai, and then we have letene, and then we have ngalwenga. What's missing in that?
There should be an
Eh.
for Latine.
Yep, and in front of letene, because we have the doer of the action is going to be the girl. And what is she starting? She's starting lana ngalwenga, or her job. So o anafea na amatai elitene lana ngalwenga. This is what throws this is the thing that throws people off, is this part right here, the question, and then the I. That's what that throws people off. The rest of it we already know. Tense is past tense. To start is amata. Okay, so you put it together, past tense start or begin. So began the girl her job. Began the girl her job. So we just add the e because the girl is the one that began her job. Right. So this is what throws people off. Oanafea, and then the I that comes after that. I don't always hear people say that, but the native speakers, the people that speak Samoan for real, they always I never not hear them say that. But okay, let's do this other one. Where is the school? Where's the school? This one might be a little bit easier. School is either Faleaunga or Aunga, whichever one. How do we say where?
Ofea.
Ofea, yep. Ofea. You might hear people just say fair. Fairly. How do we say the school?
Faleaunga.
Yep. Faleaunga. 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 And if we're saying the singular school, it's going to be, oops.
Le.
Yep, le. Ofele Faleaunga. That's it. Or Ofeleaunga. Whichever one. I always, if they're saying like where is the schoolhouse, I would just say fale aunga. So we just, all this is where, and then we just add the subject after that. Where is the school? We'll do this. Okay, yeah. May as well go with it. Why are you running in the house? So just think about this. If you're lost on it, if you know, even you can even do that part last. You are running in the house. You know, you can think of it like that. Or, you know, if you actually get the concept, you can put it all together. Why are you running in the house? So how do we say why?
I say,
I say, and then so what would be our tense can be several different ones. So don't be afraid to blurt one out, because that it could actually be it could be like, why are you now running in the house? Which in this context is probably what it is. Why are you running in the house? You know, right now. So what would be our tense in this case?
Olo'o.
Past. Can we olo'o? Okay, we'll go with that one. Olo'o. And then a lot of times in conversation, people will just abbreviate olo'o to o. And then so either one, I'll just leave it olo'o. Oops. I say olo'o. Okay, then what comes after that? Tense, action, subject. This one we can remember, we can do this one tense, action, subject, or tense, subject, action, because the doer of the action is you. That's a pronoun. So we can say, we can, you know, there's a couple different ways to say it. So however you put it, we'll go with that.
Tā mo'e oe I te tonu I le whale.
Amoe oe I to tonu o le fale. Awesome. Okay, so we have why running you in the house. There we go. That's it. I say olo o tomoe oe I to tonu o le fale. All right. You might also hear. Does anyone have a different way? I'm just gonna write a couple different other ways to say it. Another one. A lot of times people would say, they would just say o tomoe. I say o tomoe oe I to tonu o le fale. Okay, so remember oe, that's the way that we say you after the action. Hopefully this doesn't confuse anybody, because remember, we could also say you before the action. So we could say, I say o, let me cut that out. E tomoe I to tonu o le fale. In context, it also could, oh, someone said something. I say ua e, yeah, yep. I'll just copy what Christian said. So a lot of times, and if you think about it, it makes sense why people would say ua, because if someone says like, why are you now running in my house? Like, so that's kind of what the ua is. Like, you're updating, you know, give me an update on why you're running in my house, or running in the house. This is not a place to be doing that. So a lot of times people would say ua, because like it's odd for you to be doing that. Why are you now running in my house? No, you've never done that. But if you're using this context, it's kind of like, why are you running in the house? Maybe they've done it before. So it's you're running in the house right now. Slight contextual difference. So either way is fine. I just wanted to point out, you know, that's what the difference is on these tense markers. So on the last one, because I'm scared, how will we reply because I'm scared? And again, there's several different ways to say this as well. So don't feel like you know, you're wrong. Because I'm scared. So remember there was like five different five different whys or ways to say why. Oh, and
na
scared.
U50.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Say again.
Awa na U50.
Awa na ofefe. Awa. And that should have the mamafa over the a na o fefe. Okay, so this is because, and then past tense I was scared. So yeah, but yep, so yeah, that's good. So if we were to say because I'm scared, if I were to say because I'm now scared, I don't know what's going on because I'm now scared. So I'll just manipulate the fefe. So that's another way. Awa, because I'm scary, I'm just always scary. Like I'm always scared. Awa, well, not AO. I'm tripping. Ote, Ote fefe. And there's several other ways to say this. Because there's ona. Remember that there's ona ua. Does anyone have ona ua? Okay. Yeah, so I mean there's we could go there too. We don't have that much time left, so let me introduce one more thing and then we'll go for the weekend. Hopefully you guys are comfortable with this. This is usually difficult for me to explain. Even though all we're really doing is we're just adding the question in the front. Everything is still the same: tense, action, subject, location, or tense, subject, action, location. The only thing different is just the question in the front, and then if there's like the I, and the I is always going to take the place of the sub go after the action in the place of the subject. That sounded really academic, but let me see. So let me go to the next. There we go. E I. That was okay. Does I forgot who asked about this. We actually went over this before, but then I did say we were going to talk about this. This is like, do you have a pen? Do you have a pencil? Do you have a car? Do you have whatever? So the tense, usually when you're asking a question, you're presently asking something. So it's going to be present tense and then ei means to have or to possess. Ei, and then the subject is going to be the limiter plus the noun. So let me just go ahead and go to our the worksheet. I know a lot of you guys have already seen this time because we did talk about it before. So let me go to it. Internet. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna put it in our chat in case you haven't already downloaded it. Okay, so people ask you, do you have this all the time? Do you have that? Do you have this? So yai sao, and when we say sao, it's not like sao like come here or whatever. It's gonna be sao. This is like lao, like your. So remember we have lao. That's your singular thing. And that's a specific. If I said yai lao, if I say yai lao penny, I'm talking about a specific pen because it's a L, right? But if I say yai sao penny, if I say yai sao penny, I just want to know if you have a pen. It's not specific. That's the only difference between lao and sao. Okay. Just like when we say le and se, remember we talked about that in week 2, I think, or might have been even week 1. This is a specific that means the, but this one here means like a. So if I say ole penny, then I'm saying the pen. But if I say ose penny, then I'm saying a pen. It's the same concept up here. If I say o lau penny, I'm saying a pen of yours. O lau penny, a pen of yours. But if I say o sao penny, one of your pens, okay, it's not a specific one. If it starts with the L, then it's specific. So if we take it down here, if I'm asking you a question, most of the time they're going to say ai sao, and then whatever it is. If I say ai sao penny, do you have a pen of yours? Okay, so that sao is like a combination of your and a non-specific one. Ai sao penny, do you have a pen of yours? Okay, then the reply, ioi, iai lau, iai lau penny. Yes, I have a pen of mine, a specific pen. Or you could even say, yeah, I have a pen, I have several pens. Yeah, ioi, ai sao penny. Like I have a pen. It really just depends. A lot of times people would just say, "Lau, yeah, I have a pen of mine. I have a pen of mine," and that goes through this whole worksheet. So, and there's only one trick question on here, and I don't remember if it was a trick question or if it was just a mistake. But lau is, it wouldn't make sense to say, "ai sao lau." No, not that. So wati is clock, lau is mine, fale is house. All right, so let's I guess we can stop after this worksheet. We'll do this worksheet together because I do remember someone had this question. Actually, a couple people. So ai sao peng, we already talked about that. So how will we answer this? If I say yes, I have a pen, how will we answer this one?
Yoi, iai sa'u penny.
Ai sao penny. Yep. So yeah, I have a pen. I have a pen. So that's our tense. Our action is going to be action or verb is ei sa'u penny. Both of these, together that's our subject. Sa'u penny, a pen, a pen of mine. I'm not being specific, I'm saying a pen of mine. This also works with api is a notebook. So if I were to say ai sao api, ioi iai sa'u api, iai sao ta'vale. Do you have a car? Yes, ioi iai sa'u ta'vale. Have a car of mine. Oops, I guess I should. I hate they move this stuff around. I can't really. All right. Let me try to find a different kind of one, and we can do that, and then we'll just end it off today. And if you have any questions, we can just go there. How do I move that? Okay, hopefully you guys can see this because for some reason I can't move down. Yai sonna. Sonna. Does anyone know what sonna means? So the question is yai sonna ofu. Let's use ofu. Yai sonna ofu.
His, her.
Yep, his, her. So remember, lona is his, her, or it. But if we say sonna, it's the same as lona, except we're being non-specific. Lona is a very specific article of clothing. Ofu. Ofu is clothes. So if we say yai sonna ofu, what are we saying there? Does he or she have does he or she have that whatever piece of clothes? So then they would say ioi yai sonna, he or she has their yai sonna ofu. So we're talking about somebody else. So this word right here, just remember, don't be confused about that. Sao is the same as Lao. And then Sona is gonna be the same as Lona, except it's just non-specific. Anytime it begins with S, it's gonna be non-specific. Let's do one more because this one right here, we're missing the A or the U. So if we're asking about Wati, we'll cross that one. That was a trick question. So AI is gonna be AI sa Wati or AI so Wati.
So,
Sao. So a watch is gonna be an inanimate object, and so it's gonna be A class. You can throw away your watch. Your watch doesn't really do anything but tell time for you, technically. So and then the tali, the reply is gonna be yoi, a yai, and then what do we say here?
Sa'u.
Sa'u, okay? Sa'u. So on this one, we're saying AI Sawati. So I'm asking, you have your Sao. Do you have your watch? Have your watch. AI Sawati. The reply is Ioi AI Sao. I wouldn't say Sao again because unless I got your watch, but you asked me about my watch. Or they said AI Sawati, do you have your watch? And then I would say Ioi AI Sao. I have a watch of mine. AI Wati. Or if I'm talking about a specific watch, I would say AI Wati because that would be specific. So, but like me, I have a watch collection, so I would say Sa'u. Yoi, AI Wati. I don't know what watch you're talking about. Wati. So I have a watch, you know. Does anyone have any questions on this? Because this is every day someone speaking right here. People ask you for stuff, and then they're gonna ask you, and then you reply, "Yes, I have mine." So AI sao whatever the AI sao coupe. Do you have a money for me? And then you say leai or ioi AI sao AI sao coupe AI ao coupe. It just depends on what your reply is going to be. So it's important to know how to use these possessive limiters right here. Sa'u, la'u, lo'u, lo, and all of that. A class, O class, and then yeah. If you have questions, just hang around. Just hang around. I guess I'll end it right here because the next thing after this was gonna be. Let me see. Let me go back to. Yeah, we talked about EI. The next thing is going to be starting with subjects, and a lot of the literature that you see in English classes, not English, in America, and then even in Australia, New Zealand, is going to be, they would start like this. They would say oletama. We know that is a subject, so we're starting with a subject. It's not a tense. We're starting with oletama. Nothing wrong with that. You can say stuff like that, and you're going to see it all the time. So oletama nata umayai. So now here we have our tense here, we have our action, and then there tends to be after the action, if we already know what the subject is, for some reason we just say yai. It's almost like a substitute. But we'll get into that next time because this needs more time. We only have a few minutes left, so we'll end it right here. But if you have any questions on anything that we talked about, yai, or the questions. These are big things. Just let me know. If not, I'll be here Sunday, logged in. Nobody shows up after 5 minutes, and I log out. Manuel Po, Manuel Aso for some of you people over there on the other side of the water, and Faftai Tele Lava. Yep, Fasa Fua, Fa. Mahalo, Manuel Po,
Saya mo, mamuli po.
Manuel Po, Fa.
Pa.
Yeah, hopefully it wasn't too confusing. Manuel po. Pa aloha. I don't know the reply to aloha. Pa se for. Oh, aloha. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna post a video. Actually, I'm gonna make one now. Yeah, more in the morning. I'll wait till the morning. It's gonna be just about sentence structure. So stuff you guys already know. It's other people are asking. But yeah, if you have something that you want me to make a video about, let me know. I'll do that one before tomorrow, because I've made that video before, but I just kind of do stuff when people ask for it. But I'm due for a video. It's been a whole week. So
I have a question.
sure.
It's a slang question.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I might not know that.
Oh, okay. Now, I was wondering, like, when we first started class, the second question was, what are their names?
Okay.
And I was wondering, is it possible to structure a slang sentence that says, "Oai mo mato tangata"?
Okay.
Or
So if yeah,
this person
okay.
is that would that be slang? That was like,
So if Hawaii Ngoa, so that's like, what's the name of our people? What's the name of our people? Is what would that mean to you if someone says that? Because I don't want to jump.
oh, like, no, I was trying to figure out if the slang was proper, like a proper
Okay,
sentence as far as like, I don't know,
okay. Hawaii Ingoa
yeah,
Mato Tangata, like that.
yeah.
Okay,
Because I've
yeah.
heard this
So
thing before. I just wanted to check in with you to see if, like, is that considered like slang? Because now I don't want to use it in like formal conversation, you know? Like, as I'm starting.
well, I guess yeah. I mean, so Hawaii Ingoa Mato Tangata. Um. Yeah, I don't. I mean, it's not really slang. Like, this is the way I would say it right off. So then, if even when a lot of times when I'm fumbling in class, I'm I know the slang way to say it, so I'm trying to, or I know the formal way to say it. So then I'm trying to figure out, dang, well, how do you say it with which? First of all, which way is slang and which is not. So a lot of times I'm trying to figure out, okay, what am I supposed to be saying right now? So on this one, this is how I would say that. So we're just saying, what's the name? What's the name of our people? What's our people's name? Oaingoa Mato Tangata. So why? So who, and then name, and then I think formally it would be like Omato Tangata. So formally that would probably it, because it's like who, and then who the name. Wait, say in English what
So this, the question was, what are their names? And you
oh,
have in
their
yeah,
names.
you
Oh,
have in
okay.
parentheses 3+. So I was
Okay.
wondering, it's like I was trying to fumble around with the sentence structures, and then I recall hearing it like this, but I wanted to check in with you to see, like, how would you? I
Okay,
just
so oh no, yeah, no, go ahead, finish.
now I was wondering how we could fix the slang. You know,
Oh,
some
okay. Okay, so with the slang, let me just back up. I don't know how they would say it in slang. So like, what are their names? If we're just saying it like that, so
yeah.
it's like who, and then olako, who olako ingoa. So that would be how it's said. That's a lot of people would write it like that. Like, what are their names? What's their names? But if we're gonna say it in slang, like the only slang that I know technically would be like, oailako ingoa.
Okay.
More, and this is the way that I would say, even if someone were asking me like, well, you know, how would you say that? This is how I would say it. But technically, I think it would be like that, you know.
Okay.
Can I chime in real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I've actually heard my mom speak like it's not so much slang, but I think it's a bunch of shortcuts. Because if I were to, if I heard her one time ask what's their names, and she said "Hola koingoa" because she used the inflection of a question mark
Right,
and
right,
said their names. You know what I'm saying? Like she didn't ask what are their names. She just basically their names. You
right.
know, I
Yeah,
just
And with
I just
it
hear the
sets the tone.
shorthand.
And then you can hear it in
right,
the tone like it's a question.
right. Yeah, so and that's a I need to I hate that I didn't say that today. The inflection, you can say the exact same sentence instead of saying like yeah, they went to the park. You could say they went to the park. You already know in Samoan that's a question. They went to the park as opposed to they went to the park.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to say Oi. You don't have to say like, you know, I say you don't have to say no question. You already know that if the question, if the statement or your inflection went like Ora going on, you already that's a question. Man, I hate I didn't say that. I hate that. If you come Sean to class next time, please remind me inflection.
Well,
Okay.
That's
hey, you can
more
do the video though.
You said the inflection
the
question?
oh yeah, the video. That's it. That's gonna be the video. Yeah, the inflection of the voice. So just like this is the whole video for real. So Oayo la koingoa. Or so that's one way to say it. The other way is gonna be Oayo la koingoa. So that's another way, right?
Yeah.
But most people is gonna say it just like how LeSean said, it's gonna be Ola koingoa. That's the question because of the inflection. That's the most important thing because what I would say is the most important thing. You don't even have to say Oi. You don't have to say who because the inflection is gonna let everybody know that's a question. So if we were to say like this, Olako ingoa, Olako ingoa, or oops, ingoa. So this is a statement. We're saying their names. But if we say Olako ingoa, we're saying we're asking their names? Oh no. That's
Yeah. I hear
No,
you.
no.
that sounds about right there.
Their names.
Their names.
Their names. Yeah, there we go. Their names.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
that
that's it.
I've
It's
heard
as
my
simple as that.
mom use that inflection and just I wouldn't so much say it was slang, but it was a lot of shorthand Samoan.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So
man, that's it
like
right there.
Yeah.
Shorthand.
questions wouldn't really like I hear I say and stuff like that, but like when
Mhm,
it's like who or even what, it was
mhm.
like the inflection that she used let me know that was a question, and
Right,
what the question and the subject was already inherently known by the inflection.
right. Yeah. Man, I hate I didn't say that in the class.
I'll
Man,
make sure to remind you next
man,
time.
yeah. Well, actually, well, I'm gonna because now I don't think I can do a video right now because I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. But in the morning, this is gonna be the video, and it'll be like 30 seconds, and it's really just it's all about inflection, and it's as simple as this. You know, we got two statements. We're saying the same thing, but
Yeah.
one is saying olatoing or you know olatoingoa, and the other one is saying olakoingoa, olatoingoa.
It'd be the
It's
same
we're,
thing as like "Iai coffee." Like, you have
mhm,
any coffee? It's like "Iai
right,
coffee." You know what I'm saying? It's just like the response, like it's almost the same exact sentence, but the
right,
response and the question have the different inflection. Where one is an
right,
actual question because you hear it, and then you hear the
right,
inflection of the response. It's the same
right,
exact structure of sentence. Like, just say, "Do you have coffee?" You have coffee,
right,
just like that. Or
right,
you have coffee?
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You got that, Oof? So the one is he's saying, yeah, you got coffee, and the other one is like, you got some coffee, you got coffee, and the other one is, you got coffee. You can't tell me you don't, because you know, hey, I sell coffee, hey, I sell coffee, and the other one
All
is,
the
hey, I
time.
sell coffee. Yeah, it's the same thing, man. That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, I'm gonna make that's the video. That's the video for the week.
Okay.
Well, what can I say except you're welcome.
Yeah,
Man, I
thanks.
appreciate it. Yeah, man, I be running out of stuff. I have no idea what to do now. I just be waiting on people to ask stuff. So, and then in the class, sometimes I'm like, man, I probably confused everybody today. So, but yeah, that's great. So inflection. I've never made a video about inflection itself. So that's awesome.
Yeah, and I think people really need to know about inflection, because like you don't want to have some people just like spout out sentences when it's an actual question and you're
Right.
making it sound like you know this, like
Right.
this is your name or what's your name.
Yeah. Yeah, it's and really, for one, it's not only shortcuts, it's the way people speak. And you know, it's a lot easier because all you gotta do is just change the inflection as opposed to knowing I say or I. You ain't, I mean, it's good to know it, but if you don't, just change your inflection.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's dope. Well, you know what? I'm inspired. I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to do it now. If I got on a different shirt, then you know I waited till the morning.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the video. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
All right, cool.
All right. Any other questions, Zeus?
That's all for the moment.
All right. Well, if I'm tight lava Manuel Po, LeSean, you may as well teach the class from now on.
Man, it ain't in my bag. My wife hears you right now. She's like, yep.
Yeah. Yeah, she been here just as long as you, so that's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
All right,
Manuel Po. I see you
all right,
guys.
Manuel Po.
Manuel Po, 5.
Wow.